Previously, I made this thing. Oh, oh, it's in my hair. It's in my hair. Can't see it because there's a window behind. In a previous episode, I made this, and it didn't work. I've decided I will try again, in the hopes that repeated attempts will arbitrarily bring success, as is the want. Instructions. Previous one, in case that is in any way a helpful reference. Bits that I might have already started on because I wanted to get this done. And a can that I remembered beforehand this time. And various other things. My cereal will just have to be partially naked from now on. Right, yes. Oof. I already did little bits of it last night because I've got a lot to do today. Oh my word, note to self, do not do intros in the morning because you just forget things like explaining what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is make a Stirling engine out of a Coke can, soda can, because what I then want to do is use that Stirling engine to make a tea making set. I want to have to fire the Stirling engine up, something, tea is made automatically. Haven't necessarily got to how I'm going to do that yet, but it doesn't matter because I've already done one video on this attempt and it was completely unsuccessful. This is attempt 2, let's pretend that this is going to go any better. Also check out that previous video if you want quite literally some context. Back to the video. Oh, this bit with, the steel wire, Definitely my least favourite part of this process. Okay, a little bit more context because Mark is hopeless. So, that bit of steel wool that's wrapped up into a bundle, in this case is working as something called a displacer. That displacer goes up and down inside the chamber, which in this case is the can, and is pushed about by hot air that will be happening because of the heat source underneath that you'll see in a minute. Now, a lot of people when trying to make this mechanism online have struggled because of the size of the displacer not being right, and it means that there's not enough air underneath and to push it up and down, or maybe it's not getting enough movement to go up and down. So I'm worried the whole time I'm making this that actually I've got the displacer size wrong and I've made that wire bundle too big. That will just make more sense of the rest of this video. So we're about as far as we ever managed to get with the previous version. That's now ready and I need to turn my computer back on to figure out what on earth I'm supposed to do next. There are some details coming up that are of concern, but it's now ready to test. So let's see if I can find the candle. It's right there again, but for some reason it just doesn't work. What if I get a second candle? Apparently it just puts the candle out. Great. There it is. I mean, I have a blowtorch if all else fails, but I have a bigger candle over there and that might be while we grasp helplessly onto the last clutches of sanity we can maintain. Okay, I've made an alteration. I've lifted the whole mechanism up a bit now because it was cutting out some of the candles because it didn't have enough air going to them. So I've now put them underneath, a bit lower down. I think I've overshot, but whatever, we'll see how this goes. Does a great job, doesn't it, of always looking like it's about to carry on turning. I'm starting to suspect that the displacer, at the moment what I think is happening is that because the displacer's a bit big and it's got the wire sticking out of it, this spends most of its time with 2/3 of anything of this rotation. It doesn't have the fishing wire in tension with the displacer, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it today. Fine, this continues. I suspect it will still be in this video, so I don't need to do an outro. But just in case I do need to do an outro, thank you for watching. Sod the lot of this. Grr. Like and subscribe, you whatnots. Sodding gremlins. Gremlins, the lot of them. Okay. It's now different day, different week, in fact. And I have finally got round to adjusting the size of the displacer. I wasn't exactly awash with sense of humour when I started making the modification this afternoon. And it's used up the rest of it. Let's just have a go, see if this has worked. If not, I'll just sit here staring into the middle distance, wondering why I made any of these decisions. So many decisions. I'm gonna work, and you need to. So close again. Why is it always so close but never quite working? I'm gonna have to make another one, aren't I? Right, it is actually another day and another week again, because I was editing the last time I said that just a minute ago. I've realised that I'm accidentally wearing, coincidentally, exactly the same shirt and jumper. It is a different week and I have washed them in between, honest. I just don't have a huge number of clothes. But anyway, this, now, if you look, the fishing wire is under tension pretty much the whole time. There's a little bit of stick. Yeah, I realised I edited out the bit where I realised the fact that that thing isn't under tension the whole time is a problem because I was rambling so much. But basically, that's a super important fix. At this point, I think that's why it wasn't working. And that cheered me up no end that I had fixed it. All I need to do now is make sure that it works. This has been like 2 weeks of solid work. I've tried over and over and over again. I don't have a backup weekly nonsense video that I can use instead. I've used them all in the attempts to make this. This just has to be it. This just has to be it. Not sure how it can be it, but it will have to be. So fire it up and see what happens. So there's something here that is. Oh, it's you again, you sod. Oh, you're bent off again. Right, 2 candles then. It's just not. It just doesn't work. Oh, wait a minute. So I'll accept that part of the reason why it wasn't working is because I was turning it the wrong way. So close to working. It's just the speed I can spin it at. And it's not that there's something getting in the way now, because it's running too smoothly for that. Okay, now it isn't because I've bent it all out of shape. So, fine. What I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have one more try to shrink this displacer. Then we shall see. It's just not doing it at the moment. I don't know why. Two-thirds the height of the can. I'm supposed to do this 2/3 the height of the can. It comes across to me that it's just not quite got enough power to keep the thing turning. More difficult to do this with the gloves on. Ended up a worryingly similar shape to the last one. Fine, I'll do it again without gloves. I don't have the dexterity with the gloves on, so I'll just have to shred my hands again. Want this to work. So I've got a slightly better shape one. Go through the thing, you sod. On the bright side, I've got quite a lot better at taking this apart and putting it back together again, because if I hadn't done, I'd be mad by now. We go again. Actually, now pretty much able to run without me having to hold any of it down with paper clips, which is also exciting. Now, if this doesn't work, I objectively don't know why it isn't working, and we're gonna have to pick this up some other time, because I've tried everything. What do I have to do? What do I have to do to get this thing to work? Don't make me get the blowtorch out. Fine, I'll try the bigger candle. You know, sometimes old people have a candle in case of power cuts. I think this is my one of those. Right. I really want to get the blowtorch out. I feel like I've ruled out every alternative possibility as to what's going on. It must just be that it needs to get a little bit hotter because that's running so smoothly and it's just not got the power to keep turning. It tries to, but it can't do it. Okay, I'm going to tidy this up and then I'm going to make some difficult life choices. So I've tried to find a compromise with myself, and what I've decided is that I won't use the blowtorch because I feel like I'd need to go outside to use it on a big metal flaily hot thing that this will become if it works. And it's wet outside and the garden has neighbours in it and all sorts. What I am instead going to do is put it on the hob. I'll then be able to turn off the heat very easily. We'll see, because it won't actually start spinning. I can. Another hope is that if I keep the camera angle low enough, hopefully you can't see just how messy the hob is. I'm gonna get the fire extinguisher first. Near enough that I can reach it immediately, not so close that I could hit it if I flailed in panic. Turning up to about a quarter. So, I'm seeing smoke. I am sorry, but I do not see how that can get to a point of spinning freely, running under the power of one candle. Something was starting to catch on fire there. I don't know what it even was. It was coming out of the back. Maybe the paint on the can? We're gonna have to figure this out. I'm gonna have to get in touch with some people, I think, about how to do this design, because for crying out loud, how can this not work? And I've seen a few people do this, and there must be something I'm doing wrong. But I will get my Stirling engine powered tea making set. It would work perfectly if I had to have it on the hob like that. You just have a hob at the back that you turn on and it all whirs up and makes your tea for you. What more could you possibly ask for? I think I'm going to have to call that there though, aren't I? Because I'm out of leads now. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you have enjoyed my extended suffering. My new setup that allows me to do things over several weeks means that I can suffer more intermittently over longer periods of time rather than having to get all of the suffering done in 1 week. If you would like to continue my suffering, please do like and subscribe. Getting really close to 500 subscribers. I think we're at about, as of recording this, 489 I think we're at the moment. So yeah. Do like and subscribe, share with your friends. I'm going to go and continue my existential despair in a manner that is less of a fire risk. Have a day.